Mark Preston, Doug Brinkley to you. We go into this debate. You're over here.
I'm here.
That was a hair flip.
It was a big turn.
That was a hair flipper.
The polls show Donald Trump down by 9 points.
Yes.
That's a lot. Put that into historical perspective for us right now. Is there any historical reference to being down 9 points with 3 weeks to go?
Well, anytime you're down by 9, you have to think about Harry Truman's in 1948 when everybody said Truman couldn't win. The Democratic Party had broken in parts, just like the Republican Party in a sense. You had Strom Thurmond back then and Henry Wallace. Lo and behold, you have the famous newspaper, the Chicago Tribune, that Dewey defeats Truman, and he didn't. So at this moment, if I were Donald Trump, my new favorite president would be the Hail Mary president of Harry Truman and what he did in 48. It's the miracle.
It's the miracle. You know what? Forget everything we said about how important tonight is. Let's talk about tomorrow, Maeve. We've got we were just talking about these polls. This poll in Arizona that has Hillary Clinton up 5, and you've got Texas there's a poll out that it's tightening. But looking forward, especially in Arizona, let's just use it as an example. Michelle Obama is going there, but Hillary Clinton, she is sticking to the traditional battleground states. What is Michelle Obama doing for Hillary Clinton? What is Hillary Clinton doing after this? What do they do in the final 3 weeks then?
Well, I mean, I think Hillary Clinton really has to make her closing argument. She's still got a lot of issues with those millennials who are thinking about voting for the third-party candidates. And let's get real. I mean, Michelle Obama is a better surrogate for Hillary Clinton out there on the trail than Hillary Clinton is for herself. So, but their strategy certainly is to make Trump play in some of these red states like Arizona, even maybe Texas, and really keep him on defense. Mm-hmm. And that's how they'll close it down.
We spoke to the RNC chair from Arizona yesterday who said he didn't want to see Donald Trump there. I wonder how many more days that lasts before they get a big invite that says, come to Phoenix, Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Monterraju, the Senate races right now. There are many around the country. The battle for Senate supremacy is on right now. What are you hearing about the down-ballot races?
This is so incredibly close right now. It could really go either way. A handful of races are within the margin of error, even your traditional toss-ups.
Closer than it was earlier in the cycle.
It is still close. I wouldn't say closer or close. It's New Hampshire and Pennsylvania. Those are races that have been close since the beginning.
Nevada, right here.
Nevada is one Democratic seat that they're trying to defend. Incredibly close as well. And also some red states, Indiana, North Carolina, Missouri. Those are all Republican seats, very close. The one thing that those down-ticket Republicans need is for Donald Trump to keep the margin with Hillary Clinton close. If he starts to lose by 8, 9, 10 points, like in states like this, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to run ahead of the ticket. Joe Hack here in Nevada, the congressman running for Harry Reid's seat, I obtained an audio recording of him at a fundraiser this week where he said he can run ahead of Donald Trump, but only if Trump loses Nevada by 5 points.
Yeah.
But anything more than that, he thinks it's going to be big trouble for him.
Yeah, 9 points is not a close margin, that's for sure. Mark Preston, what is there after the debate? Maeve's talking about Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. It's about the closing argument after this. But what is there left after the debate when you're going to have millions of eyeballs watching you make your case? What is there left to move the needle one way or the other?
Well, one thing, look at a divided America that's standing behind us right now, and this is just a small microcosm of what we're seeing, at this point. Listen, tonight, Donald Trump, is he going to come in scorched earth? Is he going to just try to burn her down in typical Donald Trump? He come out and try to talk about policy? Does he talk about what his future is as a commander-in-chief? How can he work in Washington? I think for both of them tonight, in order to pivot up into next week and in these closing weeks right now, is that they have to convince the American public right now that they have the experience, the knowledge, and the know-how to become president, specifically at this time that we're in so much, again, division in our country, and there's so many problems going on around the world. Donald Trump tonight could actually score some points which could help him in the next couple of weeks if he follows that path. Not sure if he will.
Can you imagine, what we're talking about right now, just who's going to have to govern once they get in there? It's just going to be, this country is so divided right now, and neither of the candidates seems to be talking about how they would unite people.
It seems to be the thing today, though, I have to say, and I've been asking the question, and you brought it up, Maeve, the idea that Hillary Clinton needs to make an affirmative message for why she wants to be president. Doug Brinkley, we've been in this race now for 16 months. Has that not broken through the message? Dr. Brian Fallon, our press secretary, says, oh, no, we've been talking about that all along.
Right.
Have they, or has there been something missing?
I think it's broken through, but in small groups, not with this overall message that people know what Hillary Clinton's main message, her vision for America. It's been kind of watered down a little bit. However, she does well with constituency groups, African Americans, Latinos, women. You can break it all down like we do in the polls, and she's doing well. I think tonight her main thing is not to be rattled by Donald Trump. Be like she was in that first debate. Seem to kind of do that little shimmy that she did and just say, because he's going to throw the kitchen sink at her, and she just can't fall into going into combat zone with him when you're that far ahead in the polls.
It is not a complete day until I get a Doug Brinkley shimmy. Just going